part of the University of Arkansas.
Exception.
UAMN. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday, it's my Monday, so please bear with me. Okay. We're on childhood obesity, and they're looking around like we're not the experts, but you are. That's you. So we're going to get right into it. Many of you who maybe have watched a couple months ago, we had Jerry Tyler on talking about some other issues concerning nutrition and things of that nature. But today we're going to still talk about nutrition, but we're going to focus on childhood obesity, what it is, how it can be prevented. Well, I think it can be prevented. Instead of detect. So with further ado, we're going to get into the first question. Mr. Tyler, what is obesity?
Basically, plain and simple, obesity is just defined as having excess body fat.
Okay.
That's what the CDC has identified it as. It may have a different definition than the Webster's Dictionary. This is the one that we like to go by.
Okay. All right. And so how do they determine obesity?
Well, right now, obesity is determined for statistical data purposes through BMI testing,
Okay.
which is just simply, and I have to write it down because I can never remember. It's compiled based on an individual's body mass index, which is a person's weight in kilograms divided by his or her height in meters squared.
Okay.
Very, very difficult there.
Okay.
But that's how all that is collected.
You know, there are some people that go, okay, my body structure, my bone structure, or my mass, that and the other, plays a part in what their actual BMI is. And then a lot of parents and students kind of get in their feelings because they get this report that's not fully explained to them that just says your child is, normal obese, morbidly obese, whatever. Okay, so is there any way to help parents understand like the reports that come out from the school?
Well, we always talk to your family practitioner, physician. You can get a lot of guidance at health and fitness centers. Now, I tell everyone, take BMI as a grain of salt. It's used nationwide, I think primarily because it's such an easy form and it's the way to get immediate information. It does come with its flaws, though. Like you were talking about, it doesn't take muscle mass into account. I'll go ahead and tell you, we were at a wellness rally a few weeks ago, and I got mine back in the mail the next week, and it told me I was obese. I was like,
I know.
I was like, okay. I by no means am 0% body fat. I was thinking, that seems a little extreme. So I do stress to anyone, if you're concerned about it, if you get a terrible reading back, like I said, take it as a grain of salt. If you're really concerned, talk to your family physician, practitioner, have them check you out. You can go to fitness centers and get a tape measurement test done. There's even some more, the most accurate time for body mass index measurement is hydrostatic weight. It's where you're actually submerged into a water tank and your body fat and your muscle mass displays. They have an equation for figuring that out.
Oh, wow.
That kind of thing is very rarely seen around here.
Okay.
But you can, always Google research for places they're doing. I think there's a place that's going to offer that in St. Louis in the next couple of weeks. But there's multiple ways of finding out one's body mass index.
Okay. Now, I want to take it back a little bit. Who actually came up with the chart that says this height, you should be this weight? Or do you?
That's a wonderful question, and I thank you for asking. I wish I had.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But we are going to find out.
Okay. I'm like, people talk about that a lot. Like, well, I'm 5'4", I'm 5 this, and I'm 6 this. Who says I should be this? It's okay. And then you have the argument that just because someone is on the heavy side or plus side, that they're not necessarily unhealthy. What society will have you think if you're bigger, that you're unhealthy. And we'll get into that a little bit later. We're going to stick to, we're going to get
Let me oh, my BMI is this, I need to lose weight. Don't, because whenever you just all of a sudden jump in like that,
Mhm.
you're gonna fail.
Okay.
Because you want to just try to make healthier choices, and it's best to start small.
Okay.
So, and then you'll start to see. Don't worry about the weight. Worry about getting healthier first, and then
Look at your reports from your doctor's visit. Is your blood pressure good? Are your glucose levels good? Does your blood work come back fine? Do you feel good? Do you feel like you can exercise without having too much trouble breathing? There's a lot of things that go into effect. Because, like we said, there's this type of it isn't without its.
yeah. What kind of lifestyle are you living? Are you living a lifestyle where you're living off of fast food all the time, drinking sodas daily? There's so many things that play into it. That just.
And one thing I can kind of say about BMI is, just personally, I feel like it's more accurate for adolescents, for children. They don't have as much muscle mass as you get once you hit, mid-adolescence, go through puberty and start gaining muscle mass. I feel like it's more accurate for that range than it is for adults. But again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if I'm actually going to make that call.
Okay. So anyone that's over say the age of 16, 17, don't focus so much on the BMI. Focus on just living a healthier lifestyle, making healthier nutrition choices, healthier food choices that are more nutritional, I should say. Okay, for those of you tuning in, we're talking with Jerry Nelson and Tyler Brown of the Craig County Cooperative Extension Office, which is a part of the UAMS.
U of A.
UA. Arkansas Division of Agriculture Research Extension.
Okay.
It is so long.
We're just going to say U of A. Okay. And the phone lines are open, 870-277-1080 if you have any questions or comments for Mr. Taylor. Okay, we're going to move on to the next question or next talking point. Give us some facts and statistics to share about obesity in Arkansas.
Okay. Well, this one is actually based on adult obesity.
Okay.
We actually can kind of pat ourselves on the back. Up until last week, we were going by the 2014 statistic.
Okay.
We were the most obese state in the
Oh my
nation.
goodness.
As of last, I guess it was Thursday?
Yeah.
Friday, the new statistic came out, and we have jumped up 6 spots. So we clap our hands a little bit. It's still not where we want to be, but we're making progress. And just one thing I like to talk about, I've been covering this with everyone just because I think it's shocking.
Okay.
But in 1990, there was no state that had an obesity rate as a whole over 20%.
Oh.
And now, as of 2016, there is no state that has less than 20%. So just in that short span of time, you see how far we've fallen. And even Colorado, which is currently considered the healthiest state in the nation,
What?
they, based on the 1990 scale of their data today, they would have been the unhealthiest. So it's more or less they're the best of the worst.
Okay. I know some people are listening like, okay, what does all these statistics mean? And I'm looking at this list. It's Kentucky, West Virginia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. And these are what we know more southern states.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the obesity rates have to do with where someone lives or access to certain health care or access to...
There's a lot that actually goes into play with that. Now, I will say, I think a lot of it is from our diet.
Okay.
Down here, it's the way it is, everything is fried. If it's
You gotta have sweet tea with
if
it.
it's not tea, it's not tea. So,
Right.
but I do think that plays one of the biggest roles. And of course, there's poverty levels that can affect that. There's access to areas to be physically active in a safe environment.
Okay.
There's many things that contribute to that, and I don't think you can pinpoint a specific one, but it's more of a combination of all of those.
Okay. Have you all heard of the Health Disparities Conference that is hosted by Arkansas State University? It's through the social work, the College of Health Professions. I'll give you that information. I think the topic that really needs to be discussed, because one of the focuses of that conference is talking about health issues and primarily in the rural areas. So, like you said, where someone lives, where they're from, economics, things of that nature, play a big part in the nutrition, how they eat, what they choose, their lack of exercise, things of that nature. So that's a good source for you all to link up with.
And I failed to mention this, but a lot of it goes with food insecurity too.
Oh.
That's something that I don't know, it's getting to be a common term around now, but I feel like not many people really understand what it is. And I reread it all the time to tell myself what it is. But just because, you have an area that have a higher obesity rating than another, you think, well, how can we be obese here if we're food insecure? Food insecure doesn't mean that you don't have access to food. It's you don't have access to healthy, nutritious options. You may have to drive further to get to a grocery store, places to buy produce. The food that you have may be high calorie, high fat, low nutrition, for that matter. So that's really what food insecurity deals with.
Okay. I would love to see, we do have a farmer's market here, and a lot of people, I feel, don't utilize the farmer's market as much as they should, because it gives you access to things that, yes, we have grocery stores, but then you have, these foods are probably more organically grown.
They're local.
Yes, and they're locally grown, so you know where your food is coming from, free of pesticides and bugs and things,
And it's cheaper.
Okay.
It's cheaper than going to the grocery store for the most part. And if you have EBT or SNAP benefits, then on Saturdays when you go, is it still if you purchase 20 tokens, which is like $1 token, then you get 20 tokens free.
Oh, wow.
So it's like getting buy one, get one free.
Okay.
So you would pay $20 and get $40 worth. But that only applies to EBT recipients.
Okay, so those of you that are listening that know someone that receives benefits, or if you yourself receive benefits, we're going to the farmers market on Saturdays, and you can it's called the Double Bucks program.
Yeah.
Double Up Bucks program. They have things like cucumbers, eggplants,
Peaches, they actually have someone that brings them from Missouri, so it's still considered local.
Okay.
They're
I know I've had some cucumbers and tomatoes from different places, and I've had some squash, so everything is great. It's fresh and great. So I advise anyone to please take advantage of the farmers market.
When you buy it in season, it tastes so much better than you get in can.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we haven't talked about a little bit about what possibly led to the current status. Are there any more points on that you would like to bring up?
Well, the main things, like I had to write this list out.
Okay.
But many things, affect that: genetics, diet, lack of physical activity, medication use, education, skills, food and marketing, many other exposures. The two we're really focused on with our Arkansas Healthy Life Project is the increased access to healthy, nutritious foods and increased access to safe places for physical activity. Of course, we like to address everything, but there's just so many things that go into it. We have to narrow it down and focus on use at once. But like I said, with the access to healthy foods, I'm not talking about trying to take, your fast food chains away or fried foods in general. We're just trying to figure out ways to make healthy options more readily available, as much as the unhealthy options are, so that people have that choice. Because I feel like, especially in our community, we don't have much choice for a healthy option. If you want to eat something healthy, it's okay, let me run to the store, get some vegetables, and I'll throw some in a skillet. That's about as much as we have right now. And of course, with the increased access to physical activity, we're trying to find places where people can be active and ways that they can fit that into their already busy schedules.
Now, I watch a lot of videos on Facebook, and I've seen one of this lady does exercises in her home, and it's a compilation of like 6, 7, 8, I don't know how many videos in a little square, and she's showing you different exercises you can do at home with a chair or on your couch or on the floor. So I hope people start to open their mindset to you don't have to join a gym.
Right.
There are things you can do every day at home, whether it's doing laundry, maybe take extra trips, do some squats at the water dryer. I don't know. There's all types of things that can be done.
One thing I like to say is don't make it just about you, make it a family ordeal.
Yes.
Whenever I do my classes, I always try to make sure that the physical activity I do with the adults is something that they can actually incorporate with their children at home. Because if you let your child have this screen time, that's not what they're going to remember. Whenever you actually be out where maybe you're making a garden, or maybe you're out, you have a dance party night, or something, just get silly, get crazy with your kids. They're going to remember that, and they're going to think back, oh, we had a blast growing up.
When it comes to physical activity, exercise, community is extremely important. I found that makes it more sustainable. You're more likely to keep up with your program if you've got that there to push you and hold you accountable for it.
And I think and not just the physical activity aspect, with the cooking as well. Parents tend to be so caught up in their own work and this and that, bills, and it's like, okay, they push the kids aside because they're frustrated instead of, okay, let me take a deep breath.
And you know what? If you would let your child help you make something or help you supper, some of that frustration would actually go away because you're gonna, be replacing it with happy moments because you never know what's going to come out of a child's mouth or what they're going to do, But that's a good learning point. They're going to say, when I was growing up, my mom taught me to cook, or my dad, someone taught them how to cook. And we have actually adults out there that don't know how to cook right now because they didn't have that experience growing up. So if you have kids, take that time and sit down and make out your menu together, what you're going to eat through the week, and say help them cook, even if it's just something. That's just something that they're going to love.
Please, I can't stress enough. Please study the nutrition labels on the back of foods. I've seen too times, people try to change their diets for the better, and they'll tell you, well, we're not doing this anymore, but we're eating this instead. Say it's like, chicken Alfredo. It's like, well, that's great. You've got the real in there, but how about the high carb pasta and the high fat Alfredo sauce? Please study the nutrition labels.
Yeah, that's what we do in actually my kid programs as well as adult programs, because the nutrition labels extremely important because even the ingredients as well.
Yes.
One thing that I push is try to get away from the processed foods.
Yes.
If you look at the ingredients and you don't understand what it is,
Can't say the name.
it's probably processed.
Okay. Wow. Okay, we're going to get ready for a break here. And I am really enjoying our topic, and I hope that people out there listening and taking. We have so much more information to get into. We're going to get more into, how can we really prevent, childhood obesity? What can we do better as parents, as a community, to help better the situation? So you're listening to Community Conversations on KLAK 102.5 FM. Phone lines are open, 870-277-1080, and we'll be right back. The cameras are still open.
See, we don't need no sticking bone here. I hope she's watching.
Well, she in her feelings because she didn't get to come today.
We asked, she said, she said, what's the topic? We said childhood obesity. She said, no.
She got a piece of cake. Like I said, if she's watching, she's gonna kick me.
Yes, I have to walk back.
Well, Malia, we miss you. We're out there watching Malia. Oh my goodness. So have you always been pretty busy?
Yeah, normally the summer is the busiest part for me, and he's just getting everything going.
My project, it's really starting to get it full force.
We added another county.
Well, that actually comes around beginning of October.
Yep.
They're all over.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't just do Craig County, he does Craighead and Monroe and Woodruff
Yeah,
County.
we'll do Woodruff.
So,
What's
County is Brinkley, Clarendon.
okay?
Where most of my work is, it's in Clarendon. That is from my driveway to that office, it's 92 miles. So they got that county. It's way down there. I mean, it's 180 miles just a trip.
One of my aunts my cousin used to work in the elementary school. She was I can't tell you what grade she taught. And then her husband, he was a mayor at one point. I think they just decided we was gonna hire and just enjoy life. And then what's in Woodruff? What's Woodruff?
That would be Augusta, McCrory. It is, if you're looking on a map, it is the county right below Jackson County, Richmond, Newport.
Okay. Oh, wow, that was quick. And welcome back to Community Conversations. This is your host for today, Quabila Harden. I want to send a shout out to Mr. Cato, who's out handling station business as always. And give a special thanks to my guest today, Ms. Jerry Nelson and Mr. Tyler Brown of the Cricket County Cooperative Extension Office, a division of U of A. We're just going to leave it there. Okay, so today our topic is childhood obesity, and specifically in Arkansas, since of course this is the state in which they work and focus their energy on. So we've been talking about what obesity is, what are some statistics, and what has led to the current status. So now we're going to get into where does Arkansas fall on the various list. We talked a little bit about it. These are some statistics that we need to go into.
Yeah, well, like we were saying before the break, on the adult obesity scale, we are now the sixth most obese, dropped or rose, whichever one you look at it, from being the worst. So made some improvements there. In relation to actual adolescents, Arkansas high schools, they are 18% on the obesity scale based on the 2015 statistic, which makes Arkansas the state with the fourth highest obesity rate among high school students. So as you know, we have quite a bit of work to do. And the problem with that is, part of just being a child and living in high school in general, you are prisoner to the environment around you, to your home, to what's served at school. You don't really have your own money. It's hard to make those for yourself. So you really rely a lot on your family life, school, getting that proper nutrition. And these are some statistics I have just on Craighead County. This was provided to us by our colleagues at the Arkansas Department of Health.
Okay.
But 17% of the Craighead County youth population, and now that's just including students kindergarten through 10th grade,
Okay.
are considered overweight. That's 27th in the state out of 75 counties. And then 21% of the youth population of our county are considered obese, which is 19th in the state. So we're not the worst, but we could always do better. There's always room for improvement.
And one thing I would love to see, and I know we'll go to a money thing, we talked about economics before, I would love to see the schools offering better services. But it takes the state and then the government, the national government, to recognize we need to find money somewhere allocated to schools to better their nutrition programs. Another thing I've noticed that I hear from kids, they'll get extra money from the parents so that they may earn extra money. And the school now offers sodas and chips and things of that nature during lunchtime. So if the student doesn't want to eat what's being offered, they just buy a bunch of junk food and have
that is actually my battle. I have a 2-year-old son here in the Jonesboro School District, and so he wants extra money so he can get that soda and those chips. And I said, no, that is not, But one thing that I have noticed is they're not really pushing the fruits and vegetables like I figured that they would.
they even offer fruits and vegetables.
They do, but it's like, I don't know, it's not very much. It's not very much. They don't give them options. So
Okay.
one choice. And it's just like, so what'd you have for lunch today? And he would be like, oh, well, I had some pizza, and then I went and I got me a burger, and then where was your fruits and vegetables out of this? You know, and this is something that I have tried to push with him because in the past year of me working here, he has actually come off of all of his medications but one. And he's been on medications for his stomach issues since he was 4 years old. So that's why I take out that process to be making sure that he eats the extra fruits and vegetables. So it's important.
Okay.
So that's why that's my big push. And so that's why I'm like, come on, give him fruits and vegetables.
Okay. Now, and then you have those naysayers that say, well, all fruits are not good for you. You shouldn't overdo anything, of course. But I would like y'all have a bag full of grapes versus a bag of chips.
Right.
I don't know.
One of the things I can kind of put that argument to rest with your fruits, yes, you have your sugars in it. They're naturally occurring fruits. Naturally occurring sugars, I'm sorry. And with most fruits in general, you have, say, the outer layer of skin, which provides the fiber.
Okay.
When sugar and fiber are metabolized, the fiber helps metabolize that sugar. Now, say you drink something like a soda. No vitamins, no nutrients, no fiber, nothing but carbonated water and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the times what it is it's fructose.
Mm-hmm.
What fructose is, it's a sugar just like any other, but with it, when it is metabolized in the body, it's metabolized by the liver. And what isn't burnt off through physical activity and exercise is stored in the liver and turned into fat. So if you're going to have something with sugar, I suggest it be a fruit to get the fiber in there to help metabolize that sugar better.
And that's another thing. Are the health classes even teaching these type of things? Like, you just taught me something. So when it comes to the different systems, especially digestive system, that's something important to learn, how your body processes the various food items that maybe help open people's eyes to eat better.
You know, I really what high schools teach in their health classes and such. Now, this is stuff that you'll actually learn from college, so it may be a little more advanced. I don't think it's too much to try and teach to a high school student.
I think they understood what it did to their body. They would be less willing to try to put the stuff in there.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, that brings us to our next question or our next talking point. What are some ways to improve and or prevent obesity?
Well, I'd like to start off by saying that Extension Office, all over Arkansas, all the different county extension offices offer so many different programs and they're free.
Okay.
We have, like, my supervisor, Debbie, she does yoga for kids. She's actually going to be going into some of the schools here in Jonesboro and teaching yoga for kids.
That's wonderful.
And not only is it getting them moving, but it's helping them to learn how to control their behaviors. Like, let's say that they're just fidgety or they're nervous, or, it helps them learn how to control their emotions. So, yes. So it's a good thing for teachers.
Okay.
Especially since they're cutting recess time and physical activity. Which that's a topic we'll
If there are any teachers out there listening, please let me tell you, if your kids are acting out in class, do not use keeping them from recess as a punishment.
Okay.
That's punishing yourself.
That is negative reinforcement.
They need to expel that energy somewhere. And most kids are fidgety because they're bored or they have so much energy. They need to go run and just get it out.
Right. I remember when I was growing up, we had like 2 or 3 recess times.
Yeah.
For at least 30 minutes each. So it's just like we're making our kids have to sit still for too long.
Yes.
Actually.
Well, you think about what a lot of kids have for breakfast. Your sugars, sweetened cereals, breakfast pastries, things that are just loaded with sugar. So,
true.
Yeah, that's going to play a part in it.
And now the high school students, especially ones who drive, they go by Starbucks or any of these other coffee chains, and they are hooked on latte and cappuccinos.
that are full of sugar.
Yes.
So they're going to have a crash probably about 3 o'clock or maybe around noon, because they'll probably get that fixed after noon,
Yeah.
and then at 3 o'clock they're going to crash. So, but yeah, we all need some sort of physical activity though.
Yes.
The way to help prevent it with our kids though is to start with you.
Okay.
Be that role model that they need. Your kids are going to watch you no matter what. And so if you're telling them you can't have this while you're eating it, it's not going to work.
And another thing, kind of nutrition wise, I like to point out, like we were talking about looking at the nutrition labels on the back of food. If it says it has no grams of sugar, don't believe that. It may not have added sugar, but look at carbohydrates.
Okay.
That's what it's sugar.
Okay.
When it metabolizes, it's a sugar. A good way to describe this is take a plain cracker, sit it on your tongue, give it about 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll start, as it touches off, you'll start to taste kind of a sweet sensation. It's because the enzymes in your mouth are metabolizing that carbohydrate into a sugar.
Oh, wow. No, I like that.
There's so many different things you can do to help prevent or reduce the childhood obesity. Start with physical activity. Create those, family times together. You can just start out once a week.
Okay.
Find something fun to do. Even if it's cleaning the house, you can be creative. Get your imagination going. Make it like you're chasing zombies or whatever. I don't know if zombies, my husband does that. Yeah, make it creative. Be imaginative with your kids. Sometimes whenever you do, it takes you out of your adult life, and you get to actually release some of that stress and that frustration that you built up through the week. Encourage healthy eating habits. Make small steps.
Okay.
That's one of my first thing that I started with was I stopped buying enriched bread. I started buying whole grain bread.
Okay.
And to do that, which it can be really tricky because the bread's brown doesn't mean it's wheat.
What is it enriched with?
I want to make a point. We talk about involving the kids when it comes to cooking. I want to ask you, some parents will say, well, my child doesn't like this, they don't like cream things, they don't like, can you start manipulating the food? Okay, say you're making a spaghetti, hopefully a whole wheat pasta, but with spaghetti sauce, can you blend up what foods they say they don't like?
Absolutely. Let's say they don't like onions or celery. You know what? Dice your celery and your onions as small as you can.
Okay.
And I didn't because it's going to go red because of the tomato sauce.
Okay.
Most people don't know. Kids, and I, from teaching in the elementary schools the past year, I did the Kids in the Kitchen program at a couple schools here in Jonesboro. And I would ask, so raise your hand if you like tomatoes. And not many people would raise their hands. And one of the recipes that we made was salsa.
Okay.
We all love salsa. I said, I tricked you. You're eating tomatoes, and you're eating onions, and you're eating pepper. And they were like, oh, but we like this. So, make it small.
Okay.
Get creative with how it looks. Make it look very attractive. Make it look pretty,
Okay.
That's how you can get them.
Okay. And I'm looking at your list here, and you said serve reasonable size portions.
Yes. One thing that has happened over the years is we have taken our portions way out of distortion here. The average size, if you were to go to, I'm not calling fast food places, but get a cheeseburger, more than likely that is going to be more than what your daily intake needs to be for that protein. And that'll cover your calories probably for the whole day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pay attention to portions. It's really hard to talk about that without having visual to show you, the portion sizes. But, Google portion sizes. It'll show you pictures or ways that you can use your hands or everyday objects to change your portion sizes. And most of the time, you can just cut it in half.
Okay.
They say that your fruits and vegetables should make up half of your plate.
Oh.
So that's something that you can go for. Try cutting your portion sizes in half and doubling your fruits and vegetables.
Okay. And people don't realize you can actually get full off of vegetables. And then to go deeper into that, there are vegetables that are highly fiber. There are actually some protein-based, plant-based proteins that you can start maybe substituting your meat with, or even cutting down your meat. So there's all types of options.
That'll actually help save on your budget as well if you go to plant-based proteins. I suggest, maybe have meatless Mondays where you have like bean dish or maybe eggs. Eggs are a good lean protein. And so are beans such as navy beans, Great Northern beans, or what we call white beans here in the South.
And also, connected with that, one thing I'd just like to make everyone aware of. It is a lot of portion control, but a lot of it too is how quickly you eat something.
Oh.
Slow it down. It takes 25 minutes from the time you ingest food for your stomach to tell the brain when it's full. A lot of people say, how do countries in Europe, how are they so thin? They eat so much pasta because it's a lot of carbs. A lot of it over there is that dinner is an event. Dinner over there lasts 2.5, 3 hours a night. You eat smaller portions spread over a longer period. And a lot of that, could really help with it. I'm not telling everyone, take 2-3 hours. We live in such a fast-paced society, it's almost impossible to do.
Yeah.
But slow it down, try not to just gorge yourself on food. Eat small portions, give it time, just enjoy conversation with whoever you're having dinner with, and take it slow. See where you sit about 25 minutes, and more likely you'll be satiated.
Okay.
And that was a big eye-opener for me. My family's hosted an exchange student from Germany, and so when he first came over, he saw how much we were eating. We took him to a Mexican place the first night he was here. Yeah, welcome to America. Here's Mexican food. But they came out with a glass. It was probably about 24 ounces, and he says, "What is this?" Because they're used to smaller size, very smaller servings, and that's all they drink. And so, and then the plates, the portions, this is a lot of food.
He's going to be rude when he gets there.
But that's one thing he told us is our portion sizes are much smaller. We don't eat every day. They have, as long as they have vegetables and rice, then they're,
Okay.
but that's because those foods provide the fiber that they need. And,
I can speak from experience on visiting 4 countries over there so far. It all seems to run in the same trends. You may have high starch, high carb diets, but it's such smaller portions and spread out over a longer period. You're not going to just eat yourself sick on that. And that's really where the term, eating yourself sick came from, is because people just eat so much before they time to tell their brain it's full. They would literally get sick.
Oh, wow.
and they are very active over there too.
Very.
More active than what we are here. So,
I noticed that most people in other countries, they do a lot of walking, way more walking than we do. We're so quick to call a cab. Now there's Uber, or we call someone to give us a ride. So yeah, I can see they're more active. And some of them don't have a choice, just based on where they live. In some of those rural areas, they don't have access to transportation.
and walking is a good activity, especially if you have a neighborhood that's safe for you to walk with your kids. Go out and walk with your kids. Let them ride their bike while you're walking, or just get out of the house if you need to. And especially if it's a pretty day. We had a pretty day on Saturday. That was the perfect day to get out there.
And I think I was looking at your list again about the benefits of explaining to understand the benefits of physical activity instead of just saying go walk, you need to lose weight, or go run, go exercise. Explain to them why this particular exercise is important, what it does for your body, how it helps you in the long run. there are a lot of parents who don't take the time, and most of it is maybe a lack of their education as well. They don't take the time to explain, okay, you need to stay physically active because of your heart. Your heart pumps blood, blah, 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 you know, so on and so forth. Your muscles this, your bones do that, you know. They're just things that kids need to understand, I think. And there's a way to teach kids at every age level. And then I see you have on here increasing self-esteem. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I think what I meant by that, whenever you work out or you do moderate activity, you release some confidence. Confidence make you helps raise your self-esteem because you're going to look at yourself in a different light. So that doesn't just apply to kids; that applies to adults as well. Especially because you're able to help clear your head and I don't know. You have a good time when you work out. You want to have a good time. You don't want to do it and be miserable.
That's
You're doing it and being miserable about something else.
Okay.
So
Okay. And help kids stay active. So we talked a little bit about that. Sometimes running, how to get them involved in activities. But down every now and then. Now the fall is about to set in. There's going to be a lot of beautiful days. So,
and Grand Forest Park is a great resource for families and kids because you can go out there.
They have the new walking trail also.
okay. Well, I didn't realize how much we were talking on this topic, and we still have a few more things to get into. So we'll get into that after the break. I hope that you all have been enjoying our conversation thus far. I hope that you are learning something and plan on incorporating these things into your family life. You're listening to Community Conversations on Kelly K. 103.5 FM. We'll be right back. I'll call and watch the And this is a topic, I mean, it's hard to talk about in just 1 hour. Like,
Yeah.
Because there's so many aspects to it. You want people to really grasp and understand. You try to explain every little thing. Okay.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I definitely want to go over the different meal planning things. I noticed.
I shortened that list because, oh my gosh, there's so much I could tell them. But I don't want to, I mean, it's hard to get it all. I break this down into 7 sessions. So getting it into,
In our last segment is like maybe 7 minutes.
Okay.
So you have to, I don't know, I hate to run through this, but
Yeah.
we'll just let them know where they can find information if they want to know more, how to get in touch with you, or Tyler, or just the corporate extension office, period. Because this information is valuable to the community. I wish more people would step up and say, okay, let's take our kids back. Let's take our mothers back more.
It just takes one step. That's all it takes.
And you mentioned earlier about some of the things, some of the weight issues in medicines. And let's start there. Let's do, I know genetic testing is very expensive, but let's start somewhere looking at family history. So we'll see what we can eliminate first and then move forward. Some people may have an intolerance to certain foods or things.
Sure.
So eliminating these allergies and the intolerances and health and medicine and whatever. Okay, now we got all this stuff away. Now let's move on.
Family life, that's such a big thing because you're a kid growing up. You eat what your parents put on the table. Or, do you have control if it's healthy or not? No. So a lot of the kids, are getting that obese range. Are going to have so much trouble getting it by the time they're 10 years old. A lot of my family has struggled with that just growing up. We just had access to that kind of food, and that's what you ate.
Now, I grew up in the country, in the rural area of Lee County. And I a lot of gardens in the summer. I hated it. I had to get up at 6 in the morning and go do the weeding, and it was wet out. So anyway, but the after part, like harvesting, was wonderful because Now we have a freezer full of peas, and I hate shell peas, but I love.
That's what's encouraged too, is community gardens. You know?
And I think someone has tried before, and it's like people didn't gravitate toward it. I just I wish they had. I think the project slowly died a little bit. In bigger cities, they're now starting to take advantage of babies and lawns and turning those into little community garden
Right.
areas. So I would love to see more of that. And welcome back to Community Conversations. This is your host, Bill Hart. I'm here with Jerry Nelson and Tyler Brown of Craig County Cooperative Extension Office, a division of U of A, and we have been talking about childhood obesity. And this last segment is a little bit shorter, so I don't want to waste any more time. I want to let Ms. Jerry and Tyler go back into some things we're talking about. Some last points that we want to get into: how schools can help. Maybe reducing or improving the obesity statistics, and then some budget-friendly meal planning. Any other points they would like to point out?
Well, of course, with the schools, your schools are in a prime position for influencing our youth. By the time you take out the kids getting out from school, doing their homework, extracurricular activities, after school sports, their parents getting off work, home cooking dinner. Children actually spend more of their active engaged time in the schools than they do with their own families throughout the week.
Okay.
So that is the place where the most influence can occur. A few things about that, you can add just little things into your daily routine. In the classroom, you can have stretch breaks, yoga breaks, get up and walk around. You can encourage healthy snacks in your classroom. Any little can help, and don't take it lightly. Just 5 minutes getting up to move around can make all the difference. It can help your student focused. And one of the statistics too is children or youth that are more physically active tend to have grades, cognitive performance, higher grade point average in general. A lot of what exercise does, it contributes to academic achievement.
Okay. That's wonderful. I didn't know that. Okay. So, Ms. Gary, can you into some budget-friendly meal planning? So even though children spend a lot of time at school with educators, some they have to go home, and the parents, have to engage with them. And I would love to see an increase in the engagement of parents and children. What are some ways they can start preparing meals together, coming up with a budget? Like some people say, it's too expensive to eat healthy.
Yes, I have heard that a lot. But actually, if you were to go into a store and buy a banana, it would be about between 16 to 26 for that one banana. That's a lot cheaper than going in and buying the candy bar. So,
Okay.
Whenever you actually put it into perspective, it's not expensive to eat healthy.
Okay.
There are different things that you can do to have a healthier lifestyle within a budget. It's possible.
Okay.
But one thing that I want to say before we get on to the budget-friendly ideas is we need to limit our screen time as well.
Okay.
Over the past few years, our kids, you just look at them and they're like, their heads down, looking at a tab, looking at it. They're looking at something besides their environment. So I just wanted to point that out.
If you're like me, you get the screen, you just get hungry.
Yeah, do not eat in front of the TV or in front of the computer. So whenever you are trying to save money and create a budget, an easy thing to do is to create a menu first. Do you have picky eaters? If so, let them help you. you would be amazed how much that their eating habits will change if you just incorporate them in with that.
Okay.
Whenever you make that menu, after you make your menu, make your grocery list off of that. And stick to that list. Don't forget the list at home.
Okay.
That happens a lot. Don't forget your list at home. Maybe you can put it in your little notes on your phone or something for whenever you go to the store. And try to shop around, compare prices.
Mhm.
We have quite a few stores out here that actually do price matching.
That's right.
So that is a great alternative so that you don't waste a lot of gas going to all these other places. Learn your basic food math, like it'll list unit prices on the items. You can use this with just about everything where you're going shopping. Is it cheaper to buy the shredded cheese? Is it cheaper to buy the block of cheese?
Make sure that you said, okay.
Is it cheaper to buy the whole vegetable, or is it cheaper to buy it pre-cut? It's cheaper to buy it whole, and then you just take the extra minutes. So.
Okay. Yeah, about 2.5 minutes, so.
And whenever you go shopping, don't go hungry.
Okay.
Always try to eat something before you eat. When you go shopping. That way you're not like, oh, this looks so good. And
You're buying up just extra stuff.
right.
Well, you're doing.
Another thing that I don't have listed is try not to take the kids.
Trying to
Because,
take okay.
And with me, it's don't take the husband as well.
Oh my goodness.
So, because then you're going to end up spending more money because you're not going to be able to stick to that list.
Wow.
But try to go by yourself so you can focus on that.
Okay.
If you can't, it's understandable. But if you can take your kids, create a scavenger hunt game for them.
Okay.
Take like the shopping papers and cut out the pictures and put it on like a piece of paper and let them do a scavenger hunt to look for it. That doesn't mean that you have to buy it. That just means that they're busy doing something else while you're focusing on your list.
So make it fun and it's educational as well.
Exactly.
Okay. So I want to thank you all so much. I mean, this topic, we can talk about this for another couple hours. There's so many facets to get into when it comes to childhood obesity and obesity in general, and then obesity in Arkansas. So if you would love to learn more information, how can someone get in touch with you?
You can call us at the office. Our number is 933-4565. Again, it is 933-4565, and they can ask for me, Nelson, or Tyler Brown. Or they can send me an email. Mine is jnelson@udx.edu, and Tyler's is
ddbrown@uads.edu.
Very good. To find out more information on how you can start living a healthy lifestyle, incorporating some better eating habits with your children, reach out to the Craighead County Cooperative Extension Office. They have some very valuable information, and Ms. Jerry would love to do a class or a session with you, your family, your church, or any civic group. So I've been listening to Community Conversations on Kelly K 2.5 FM. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday.
Post just in time.
Okay.
We're showing them all. Just put on the wrong Instagram. Come in next time we're in that shit right on that.
if not, we'll just
Let me